Once our shell fixture is set up, we can adjust the specific shell. There are two corresponding positions for adjusting the shell. One is for the front fork parameters, and the other is for the rear fork parameters. If we are adjusting the front end, just click on the front fork parameters. To adjust the rear socket, click on the rear socket parameters here. After clicking in, there's a screen divided into several areas. We have a data frame for the front and rear of the rear wire. This corresponds to the rear end of the axle, where there's a rear adjustment for front and rear. This controls the distance of the speed clamp, which adjusts the rear shell here. It corresponds to this position, which is where we insert the jacket head. The up and down movement of the rear wire's four-dimensional axis controls this area. The height of our terminal positioning gauge is controlled by the data from this area. There's also our shell feeding, and the data for shell feeding is controlled by this part. We can also see this area, which is for debugging the cylinder. There's a switch here, which is the rear pressure direction switch. The switch functions to adjust the product for either direct or reverse. If all terminals are aligned on the same side, that's the state where they are all on one side. If this product is in reverse, it needs to switch direction, and the clamp must turn 180 degrees to control it here. We long press it, and then it turns green here. This indicates that our product is in reverse. The parameters for direct and reverse are different in this area. When I turn it green, there's a reverse symbol here, and the data is also different. If I switch it back to direct, it will turn positive here. The data here is also different, so this is a direction switch. Choose according to our different products, and then let's click to see. Okay, now the clamp is also starting to feed the shell. Alright, now cut and strip the skin, thank you. This is the crimping terminal. After crimping the terminal, now the position of the rear 4 layers of skin is moving. We have an off-center sliding card position, which is the data for the card position. We can see from the parameters that the rear end is shifted by 259.5. This data just matches our rear check parameters. The card slot at 259.5 corresponds to this. Next, let's confirm this setting. Now the data shows our line, see? It has already extended. The path it has taken is the data for our front and back bus position. This side is the initial position of the back and front, which is the farthest distance it can reach. During the entire action, it stretches to the maximum, which is 107.107. The current data displayed for this servo is 107. We can check this as well. We have a heavy front and back. Let's open it up, and here it also shows 107. It corresponds to the position of the entire line that has extended, now right here. Let's proceed. Now the line pressure cylinder has turned green. The line pressure cylinder has pressed the line down. Meanwhile, our entire line positioning gauge has risen. What controls the height it has risen to? It's the data for the goods appearing at 26, which has changed from the original 10 to 26. The position where the goods appear is this data, which is currently where it is located. Now let's cut a bit more. Good, the line has been pulled back. How much has it been pulled back? Look here, the back feed line now shows 81.1. The position of the goods appearing at the front and back is exactly where the terminal needs to fit into our fixture's terminal slot. This data controls it. The larger it is, the closer it gets here. If this data is smaller, it moves towards that side, towards the clamp. Now it's at 89.1. Meanwhile, our upper and lower data is rising again. It is now at a state of 30.5. Currently, the terminal is right here looking flat. Let's proceed to move it. Now the back insert shell clamp line cylinder, which is our auxiliary clamp, has clamped the line. Let's move it again. Now our technician is moving forward and the corresponding data is 340.3. This is the back insert misalignment. This data is now resting on the edge of the shell. Let's continue to adjust and it has been inserted. The overall lines up and down has now retracted. Now you see this number has changed to 10 and the cylinder here has also risen. Now it has occasionally been inserted. This is the position we correspond to. Each data corresponds to the actual position at each step.